Welcome back to the Napoleonic Stacking channel. I'm the Napoleonic Stacker, and in this video, we're going to celebrate the channel reaching 1,000 subscribers. Stay tuned. So this week, we've reached a milestone of 1,000 subscribers. And to be honest, we've gotten there faster than I could have ever imagined. And of course, it's all thanks to you. I'm absolutely humbled by and grateful for this community of like-minded people that I can share my passion for precious metal stacking, coin collecting, and history with. It's been an absolute joy making these videos for you over the course of these past few months, and I hope to continue making videos and quality content long into the future. I do want to tell you a little bit about what I did yesterday and also comment a little bit on recent events that also ties directly to precious metals. So in the past, I have done gold to silver trades and I've had silver to gold trades, depending on where the ratio is. And effectively, I do this to be able to pick up extra ounces. And what I decided to do yesterday was liquidate 1.3 troy ounces of gold for a few very specific pieces that I've decided to add to my stack. And those pieces I'm going to show to you in a later video. But yesterday morning, first thing, the gold price was right at $1,900. So I sold my gold. Later that day, of course, the price of gold started to move higher, right around 1930. And towards the evening time, according to APMEX, it was close to 1970, which is right around gold's all-time high. So as we know, a lot of this is due to what's happening in Europe. So as of Wednesday night, and as we all know now, Russia's conducting special military operations within Ukraine, according to Vladimir Putin. And according to the Ukrainians, the Russians have basically declared war on their country. And it looks like a bad situation either way. And first of all, I just want to say I've got viewers in both countries, and I pray for the safety of everyone involved, and I pray for a swift, speedy, diplomatic solution to the matter. But as of right now, it's looking bad for both sides with what's happening. Ultimately, what's being threatened here is Ukraine's freedom, their liberties, their rights to be able to govern themselves. Vladimir Putin is trying to supplant the Ukrainian government with people that are of his persuasion. And 30 plus years ago, Ukraine broke away from the Soviet Union. They had certain agreements in place to basically protect the integrity of their country. And now Vladimir Putin has violated that. If you live in a country that allows you to say the things you want to say with impunity, you can speak out against your government, you have the right to bear arms and protect yourself. You can travel anywhere in your country without having to go through checkpoints and explain why you're going from point A to point B. And you have free and fair elections in your country. Consider yourself absolutely blessed and fortunate, because there's so many countries out there and so many people that are subjugated by totalitarianistic governments where they don't have the right to free speech. They don't have the rights to do the things that they want to do. They can't speak out against their government. And these are the things that we take for granted in free countries like the United States. But attaining or maintaining that freedom oftentimes comes at a cost. Thomas Jefferson said the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. With that being said, I'm going to show you all a coin that personifies liberty and freedom that was struck during the infancy of our country shortly after our War of Independence. This is what's called a draped bust dollar, and it was struck in the year 1799, which basically made it one of our first U.S. dollar coins. The design was credited to Gilbert Stuart, an American painter from Rhode Island. This coin was struck from 1795 through 1803, and then struck again later in the early 1800s with the 1804 date. Those are going to be the most rare and most valuable of the draped bust dollars. By congressional decree, certain features were required on the coin: the eagle on the reverse, the word liberty, stars, and United States of America. Due to a silver shortage, Congress had basically said that the fineness of the coin would be 89.2% silver and 10.8% copper. And initially, when the flowing hair dollars were coming out, the people at the mint decided not to use that unusual fineness of silver, and they struck them in 90%, which is what we're more familiar with today. When Mint Director Elias Bordino got in, he ordered that the fineness on the new draped bust dollars be in line with what Congress had approved at 89.2% silver purity. The draped bust dollar was struck until 1803, until the mint basically started running out of silver, and they decided to discontinue the coin. And all of the draped bust dollars were actually struck in Philadelphia, as in the 1700s that was the only mint the U.S. had. At the time, Congress wanted a well-struck, well-designed coin that could be used in international trade that best represented our country. The dollar was based in size, weight, and fineness to compete with the Spanish 8 reals, the Dutch Leyendelders, and the German thalers. The word dollar was actually derived from the old Daelder and thaler coins. This coin is absolutely packed full of symbolism that represented our fledgling country at the time and still does today. So on the obverse, very much like Roman Republic coins used to have the effigy of Roma, and she basically represented their country. And with our new republic, we decided to put the effigy of liberty on our coins to represent freedom and independence, and to alleviate any question as to who she is or what she represents. Her name's written right above her head, Liberty. And she's flanked by 13 stars, the independent colonies, the now United States of America. And on the reverse actually was changed in 1798 during the quasi-war with France. And basically, they wanted to project a image of strength on the back of this coin. This is the seal of the President of the United States. And on it, you've got the heraldic eagle. He's holding an olive branch and arrows. And in front of him, he's got the shield of the United States. And something that was interesting about this reverse whenever it came out, many people were basically complaining that the engraver got it wrong, where the eagle's actually holding arrows in its right talon versus its left, and his head is facing right. Traditionally, on the seal of the President of the United States, the eagle is carrying his arrows in his left talon, and the olive branch is in the right, extending peace. And on this coin, basically, it looks like the eagle's extending war, which, in my opinion, that's exactly what was happening. This coin effectively was released at a time where the United States wanted to project strength against France. And the French were impressing U.S. sailors, inspecting U.S. ships that were coming across to England. They didn't like us trading with England at the time. And effectively, with this design, with the eagle holding his arrows in the dominant talon, it was telling the rest of the world that the United States is prepared to fight and not to mess with us. And I think that story is just so cool. And of course, this design had to be approved by the president and multiple other people. And if it was intended to be the other way around, it would have been. And also on this reverse, the eagle is holding a scroll that says E pluribus unum, from many one. United States of America is written around the perimeter of the coin, and you can see clouds and stars up above the eagle. The clouds basically represent the heavens, and the stars are effectively basically telling the world that the United States is a new constellation in the sky. We are a new power on the world stage. Look at us. And it was us basically spreading our wings as the United States of America for the first time. And I just think the story of this coin is so absolutely amazing. And just the history of it, the symbolism, what we've taken from the first great republic in ancient Rome and carried forward into our great republic, it's it's just amazing. I love the history. And we always need to remember the price that was paid for us to have the freedoms that we have today, and to fight to preserve it in whatever ways we can, whether it be at the ballot box, speaking your mind, whatever you need to do to be able to make sure that your future and your country's going in the right direction, where freedom and liberty is protected and upheld. I, for one, am thankful to live in a free country, and I sincerely hope that we can keep it that way for many years going forward. And since we have everything else out here, there are a few pieces that I've not shown off to y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Here's one of my triangle coins, and it's from the Shipwreck series, and it's actually meant to be shown this way. This is the Zeewick, which was a shipwreck, and then on the back, you can flip it back over and see this is a Australian coin, $1. They actually had a whole series of coins with shipwreck themes. I also have this one out. This is one of my favorites. It's the Mexican Libertad, and this is a little 1/4 ounce proof from 2016. Love the Mexican Libertad designs. And then on the back, it says Estados Unidos Mexicanos. Very cool. And I've got this one too. This is actually one of the only in-use design U.S. coins that have ever been struck. And this was to commemorate the astronauts for the moon landing. So you can see here, it's kind of like the picture from Neil Armstrong's helmet. And they're on the surface of the moon with the lunar lander, the American flag. And then on the back, it's got Neil Armstrong's footprint, and it says, "Liberty, in God we trust." And it looks like it's celebrating all of the different space programs that we had through the 20th century. Also have some cool Chinese pandas I'll show you. This one here is from 2020. And it's kind of a juvenile little panda there eating some bamboo. Looking all cute. There's the Chinese temple. I've got another one here. This is a MS-70 2015. Kind of a fatter panda there chowing down on some bamboo. And there's the temple 2015. And also, I collect Eisenhower dollars. This is actually a 40% silver Eisenhower dollar, and it's in 1971, which was actually the first year that these were struck. And on the back, it's also moon-themed with the eagle landing on the moon, and there you can see the Earth. And this is PR Proof 69. Pretty neat. And I also have this coin, which was the end of World War II commemorative half-ounce gold piece. And it is an absolutely spectacular piece of gold. There's so much detail in the eagle's wing. And it says World War II. And then on the back, you can see it says 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. 24 karat gold, 1/2 ounce, $25, United States of America. And then there's our motto. Very cool. This coin is, at the time when it came out, it wasn't really that popular. I don't guess it still is that popular, but I thought it was just such a really cool design that I really wanted to get it. And one final piece I'll show you. Basically, this box here contains a coin from Mongolia, and it is a ultra high relief Mongolian silver Napoleon. And basically, this was part of a Mongolian series of world leaders, and this was struck in 2021, again on the anniversary of Napoleon's death, the 200th anniversary. You can see here some Mongolian writing. It's written Napoleon Bonaparte, and he is just absolutely super high relief on this. His hat's like positively popping out of the coin. His face, it looks almost like it's 3D. And there's actually a mint in, I believe it's Poland, that actually strikes these for Mongolia. And they have some very innovative techniques on how they make their silver. And then on the back, just some basic information. It shows Mongol Bank, 1,000 torpor, which is their type of currency. It's a Mongolian 1-ounce silver piece. But very, very cool Napoleon coin, very expensive Napoleon coin, but I'm really glad to have it as part of the stack. And if any of you want to see any of these other coins that I have on display here and in more detail, just let me know. And that's what I have for y'all for our 1,000th subscriber video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down and tell me why in the comments section. I greatly appreciate everyone's feedback. Please share this video with your friends and subscribe if you haven't already. As we've seen, it certainly helps the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, Napoleonic Stacker signing out.